So the whole thing was just a wonderful experience with you. You got two children out of one retrieval for a first time donor.
Yes.
Um, it usually does work, especially if you keep trying, you'll get there. I guess just a couple things. I wanted to know how your family and friends, how you handled all this, while, the communication with them while this was all going on.
Yes. That's a great question. So while we were in the cycle, I was very open with our family. Um, just to share, they were very curious. They knew that we were trying. They knew that I was doing all sorts of therapies and IVF and such. And so we were open and honest with them. I wasn't necessarily public with the fact that we were going the donor egg route with anyone that wasn't close to us. After my son was born, I decided to share publicly the route that we took to have our baby. I published an article about a little over a year after he was born, where I was very open about it. And that was scary. It was very raw. And I felt like I put myself in a bit of a vulnerable place, but it was really important to me, first of all, for my kids. I'm very honest with both children. They're really young, but I have shared their story with them since day one. I want them to know how proud I am of the route that we took to bring them here. Any other way they would be different people. And your donation program is called Takes Three. That is what it took to bring my children here. Mm-hmm. And so I'm very honest with them, and definitely never want them to feel like their story is anything that would be a secret or something I wouldn't want to share. Mm-hmm. And then the second reason why I share it a lot is to support other women. It's really complex, and I want to be a resource for women who are pursuing donor egg, just to be someone that they can turn to learn more about it, and be able to go through it in a joyful way. Mm-hmm. For me, it was very joyful, and but it's also very complex. And so I share I would have loved to have heard my story or story like mine when I was going through it. Mm-hmm. And so I've been very, very open about it, and it's been very rewarding for me.
That's wonderful. And that's good. And I always encourage, there's a difference between secrets and privacy, or,
yes.
If you want to hide something, it's almost because it's bad. You want to hide it, but mm-hmm. There's nothing, it shouldn't be bad, but you introduce it to your children in an organic way at a level they can understand. So, as they grow and understand more, they can understand more about the process and how they were, how they came to be. Yes. Instead of just dropping a bomb on them when they're like 18 or something, which is right. Just, which is not good. And go ahead. I'm sorry.
There's a lot of helpful literature
yes.
available about the benefits of sharing with the children really early. And like I said, I started very early because in the beginning it is sort of awkward. Mm-hmm. But the more I talk about it, the more natural it becomes. And now that my son is 4, he asks a little bit of questions, but it's not a strange story with him. Mm-hmm. And he also hears me tell it to his baby sister. So it's not a strange story. It will never be new to him. Mm-hmm. And the questions will come. The questions will become more and more complex as they get older, but we'll navigate that. We'll be honest with them. And I just want them to feel really good about who they are and where they came from and why they're so special.
And you still have those pictures of the donor, and you still have all her information that yes. I don't know, that you'll share when the time comes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's not like, that all that's cut off to you.
No.
Well, that's wonderful. That's just perfect. The way, you're sharing with friends and family and your children, this whole experience.
Thank you.